it takes. Let's go. Let's go. Hawks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hawks.
We gotta go get it now. Hey, it's gotta be on us.
Bridgewater in the gun, takes a snap. Kamara at the 30, the 25 blockers in front, the 20, the 15, bounces off another, the 10, the 5. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Alvin Kamara.
What's up, dog?
What's up, big dog? Yeah, same to you, dog.
A Saints win without Drew Brees. Haven't seen that since 2005. And Steve Smith wasn't so sure last week that we would see that. Predicted a last place finish for the Brees-less Saints. Would you like to modify that prediction?
Absolutely not. And here's why. Drew Brees is the most underrated quarterback that we have in our league right now, and he's 40 years old. But also, too, I also believe Teddy Bridgewater needs to take a little bit more chances. He did a really good job of managing the game, but he didn't push the ball down the field as much. And I would like to see that because you saw in that game as it gone on, they put a more emphasis on Alvin Kamara. They also had a punt return back from Deontay Harris. So all of these guys contribute where we are used to seeing a Drew Brees really carry the workload. That isn't the case now with Teddy Bridgewater, but I believe that Teddy Bridgewater can push the ball down the field, but you can never replace a Drew Brees. You can try, you can attempt, and somebody may surpass him, but they're not doing it day one.
I want to ask you about another NFC South team. There was a notable development today in Carolina. Ron Rivera ruling Cam Newton out for Week 4 on Monday. Is there something to be read into that?
Well, I can tell you here in North Carolina, people are putting, after that performance by Kyle Allen, people are putting Cam Newton's house, all his clothes, his hats, everything in the U-Haul. Slow down, pump the brakes. The reason why they did that is that tells me that he's hurt. And to get through all of the other stuff that the media is going to ask, what about Cam Newton? When is he going to play? How is he? They just stopped it right there. And they're basically telling us that he's injured. And they need to allow him to rest. And he is not going to get rest, or he's not going to get healthier by answering every single question every day. He's injured. Time heals all wounds, and allow time to take his course, and he'll be back on the field. But it's definitely not all of a sudden a changing in the guard. Cam Newton is the best dual threat that's ever played here in Carolina, and his time and his tenure is not up.
So if Cam gets healthy and Kyle Allen plays well in the meantime, this job will go back to Cam Newton.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Steve. We'll talk to you later in the week.
Appreciate it.
Well, last Friday night, the NFL Network original series NFL 100 Greatest revealed what was voted as the #1 greatest play of all time. This was tough to whittle down, from the catch to the Music City Miracle to the iconic play that ultimately took the top spot. Here's a quick look back at the top 10.
Touchdown by Nick Foles!
It's a 61-yard Minneapolis Miracle.
The Green Bay Packers are going to be NFL champions.
The 15, the 10, an amazing play. That's a touchdown. I don't know how he did it.
Intercepted at the goal line.
Tennessee has pulled a miracle!
How in the world did he do that?
He throws into the end zone. Touchdown.
Out of nowhere came Franco Harris, riding a white stallion down the field, heading up Franco's Italian army, charging under the football and galloping off into the sunset.
Well, with the greatest plays in the book, don't miss the NFL 100 Greatest Games countdown. It starts this Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on NFL Network. Counting down to Monday Night Football, less than an hour away, a kickoff between the Skins and the Bears. Mitch Trubisky still looking for his first touchdown of 2019. Will he get it tonight? We'll be back with more NFL Total.
All game long! Put the team on the back like that. Put the team on your back like that, team. There we go, Mark. That's what we do. That's what we do. Let's do that.
That's a great call! That's a great call!
Hey, out of baby.
Nice job, Pat. The last one, I was like, yeah, that's for sure.
So we're going to see y'all again.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it was the matchup of the day, at least on paper. The only 2-0 versus 2-0 game on the slate in week number 3. Ravens lose to the Chiefs 33-28, a game that probably wasn't even as close as the final score indicated. Lamar Jackson had 1 rushing touchdown, and Patrick Mahomes keeps lighting it up on the scoreboard and on the stat sheet. Well over 300 yards passing, 3 more touchdowns for him. Let's go inside the game center, presented by Bridgestone. I got Willie and DC here. Let's start with the quarterback. And David, Mahomes continues to play a sport that no one else is playing right now.
That's exactly right. And they do some unique things that really only he can do. And when you look around the league, it's touchdown or check down for these guys, and they're doing them in unconventional ways. And as we roll the tape, I'll show you what they do. They play action a lot. But watch Pat Mahomes, single safety. He's actually going to move to his right away from the actual route concept. So he's going to try and draw everyone with the play action. Then he moves to the right. You just don't do this with guys that don't have the arm talent to do this. The read is back to the left. You got a high angle corner, which Earl Thomas takes. Then you have Travis Kelce with outside leverage running across the field. So he's going to throw it from the left hash back across to the numbers. You just don't do that kind of thing. It's just unconventional. And then they're vertical up the field, speed up the field. Earl Thomas is out of position here. He's on the right hash. This ball is going up the inside edge of the numbers. Right, so you're covering an area that you got to back up because this seam throw is on the money and it's 30, 35 yards down the field. That's unconventional throw as well. That throw usually happens with most cornerbacks around the 20-yard mark. It's happening 30, 35 yards down the field with the same type of pace. It's tough to cover, man. You got to be in the right spots. Try to play some man coverage, maybe if you got the guys, but it's difficult to stop.
I think I'm going to give up that check down and defend the long ball.
That's probably a appropriate response.
Okay, so the offense looks like it's going to be as good, if not better, than it was last year, which is scary. The question about the Chiefs was about the defense coming into this year. Could they tighten up some things? They played what was the highest scoring offense in football through the first 2 weeks. How'd they do yesterday?
I thought they did well. I know they gave up 28 points and a lot of rushing yards, but when you talk about unconventional, when you go against the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, there's so many elements to defend within the offense because they give you so many looks. And you got them in the pocket. The one thing you have to do in this defense is be disciplined. You see the guys on the edge right here. Don't let them outside. You have an assignment football. You get your man. You keep contained. And when you get an opportunity, everybody, 11 men, have to rally to the football. He's tough to defend in space. As you see, he's juked about 10 to 15 players throughout the game. He's a video just waiting to happen. But when you get an opportunity, you have to gang tackle him, you have to stay around him, and at the same time be disciplined within your assignment.
This game also produced, football nerds will love this, the most interesting and unique onside kick I've ever seen.
It was.
Drop kick where they tried to sky it up in the air. It didn't work for the Baltimore Ravens.
It was a great plan. I thought it was a good idea.
Sign us up for this matchup sometime when the weather gets cold. Sign us up for a rematch of this one. I think we'd take it. Lindsay?
Chiefs still undefeated, so are the Packers, thanks in large part to their defense, which is allowing 11.7 points per game. They haven't allowed a first quarter touchdown. They sacked Joe Flacco 6 times yesterday, and they took the ball away 3 times. Those turnovers turned into 14 points and ultimately a win over Denver. Offense still hasn't quite caught up to where the defense is, but it's getting progressively better. Didn't give up a sack on the day, and they stuck to the run in ways that we haven't seen them do in years past. As you see here, a much more balanced offensive output so far in 2019. Do you like the direction in which you see them going, LaDainian?
I do. And really, honestly, Lindsay, we talked about this. It's really not about what I like, but what Aaron Rodgers like about this offense. And it's really keeping him clean and making sure that they keep some balance. And he said it yesterday, this is as clean as he's been in a long time. But the way they're doing it, they're marrying the run and the pass. So even the pass formations, like right here, this looked like a pass formation. They're going to run the football. Look at that safety at the top. He doesn't even see the run. He's so focused on the pass game right there because that's what they usually do out of this formation. He runs right down to the tight end and leaves Aaron Jones wide open. Now, on the goal line, this is a traditional formation, goal line formation where you got the fullback. And watch this run. Let's just appreciate this run. Man in his face, he's going to stiff arm a 315-pound man and then at the same time get to the corner. I know that the numbers wasn't big. You know, he didn't have a lot of carries. I think they need to play Aaron Jones a lot more because they're going to get more efficiency out of him.
Yeah, Jamal Williams still had more touches than he did on the day, so we keep kind of doing this flip-flop thing. Devontae Adams has not been getting the ball very much. Do we need to fix that?
No, I think we're okay right now. They're still figuring some things out. What are they? Aren't they 3-0?
They're 3-0.
Okay, so
That's all that matters. I'm sure Devontae, all great players want the football, and there's